So today we are going to do something about this floppy factory mirror. If I replaced them with these, with the minimal of hand tools and crap I've lost over the years, hopefully we'll have you replaced in just a few. Okay, what you have to do is you have to start out here taking off your crank. Then you have two torque screws here. We'll get to those first. Those are T15s, if you're wondering. Since I can't find my torque screwdrivers, I'm going to use this bit out of a multi-set in a 1/4 inch ratchet. Right there. 1/4 inch on extension to take those bolts out. To take off this window crank, you have to reach back there and pop out this little clip. I couldn't do both at the same time, video and pop it out. They make a tool for it. I have one, who knows where. I used a flat screwdriver, thin one, popped it right out. Just keep an eye on it, because if you think a 7/16 or a 10 millimeter is hard to find when it drops, drop one of these. Sometimes it's easier to just go to the store and buy more. After you got that off, you got these out. This will pop up and out in a minute when you start pulling off the door panel. Woo! Anyway, it has clips at the bottom. I've already got these loose, because I had this door panel off the other day putting in a door handle. If you've ever owned one of these Astros, you'll know you get good at replacing door handles. It looks cool, but it's a bad design. Anyway, let me pop off this armrest and I will show you the other screw that needs to come out. Oh, okay, got that popped out. These two pieces here, these two tabs go in those slots right there. Best thing to do is just pop it up sideways, it'll pop right out. And then you'll have one screw left to take out right here. It's a T15 as well. Take it out. Like we said, we already got the door panel loose at the bottom. Now keep in mind, when you pull this door panel loose, this piece here will probably fall out. It's not a big deal. Doesn't hurt nothing. Okay, we got the door panel off. It's over there out in the sun. We'll wash it down here in a minute before we put it back on. As you can see here, there's a bolt and a nut. It's a stud and a nut, actually. Here, here, and over here. You got to take those loose, and then you'll take your mirror off. Then we're halfway there, right? I forgot to mention that these are a 10 millimeter, as you can see, 10 millimeter. So best thing to do is find you a deep well socket. And of course I don't have one here right now, so we will make do with what we got. Got that one apart. This is going to give me a little bit of a pain because of this stuff right here. But as you can see, it's on the end of the nut. We got to work through that. Not that bad of a deal. Been through worse. And it's off. As you can see, it's floppy as can be. Here's the mirror that's going back on, or the mirror for this side that's going back on. They come with a generic mirror. They come with different plates because I ordered them for an Astro van, for a first generation Astro. What we got is this plate that has to be put on to this mirror. It's not that bad. It's 3 Phillips screws. I will show you that in a minute. 3 Phillips screws will go right there. I will go ahead. It's pretty straightforward. Probably shouldn't have to show you this, but it will go in this one, and this one, right beside these standoffs. Now the standoffs are a different story. I will show those and what we had to do to get those in, what I had to do, the royal we. But I'll go ahead and get these and be right back with you. As you can see, let me see if I can get in here tight. One of them doesn't line up, but it's plastic, so we'll make it fit. If it was perfect quality, we would have bought them for 37 bucks, would we? There, all of them in. Now comes the really fun part, and I'm being sarcastic with that. Each of these takes a stud. Right there. It really helps if you have a 10 millimeter deep well, and as we've established before when I was taking off the mirrors, I do not. So I will show you my workaround on this. So here are your studs that go in the back of these mirrors. They go right there. It's hard to do like this, and they are not threaded. You have to force these in. Like I said, if you have a 10 millimeter deep well, it helps. But it's still, you have to get some force to get them started. Here's what I'm doing. What I ended up doing was this workaround. Now this is a 1/4 inch drive with an 8 millimeter socket, which these nuts here that hold it on from the back are 8 millimeter. I stacked them on there and used that to get them started, because as you can see, there's no way I could have done it. Oh, helps if I get centered up here. There's no way I could have done it that way. So I will do this. Then as I get almost to the bottom, I will put a 10 millimeter wrench on this and back these nuts back off. Whoop, once again, helps. Let me repeat that. I'll put a 10 millimeter wrench down here, use 8 millimeter, back these off, and then finish screwing it in. It takes 2 hands because you got to hold on the mirror. You got to push with this hand. Here, that helps. Push with this hand, and it gets it started. And once it gets started, it self-threads. You got to do all 3 of these. This one here and this one here too. So that's how I did that. What really helps is if you have the right tools. Learn from my mistakes. And I'll be right back with you in a minute. And there is the stud in there. Now to do the other 2. And there they are, all in there. There's the nuts for them. Now I'm going to have some help. Don't really need it, but it makes it easier. Like I've made any of this easy. We'll get this sucker mounted on this door in our plain Jane van. Give it a little style. Probably clean up the outside a little bit before we do that. I don't know if I'm even getting that right. But anyway, we'll get it cleaned up a little bit before we do that. And once again, we'll be right back with you in just a few. There we go. Phone not working with me today. The bolts with the kit for the mirrors are 8 millimeter. I recruited some help here. So, I need to eat. I've been shaking like a leaf. Word develops, I guess I'm all shook up. Hear that laugh? That's a laugh of, yeah, honey, you're cute. Shut up.
After a while, the screws get too long to fit into the socket, then your socket starts to pop off.
Yeah, that's where a deep well socket would come in handy. But thankfully, it makes them pretty tight. Almost like a torque wrench. And there you have it. It's on. Looks a lot better. Let's close the door here for a second. Oh. And what you heard falling was the lock. I guarantee it. Yep, it's down there. Now a little bit about this van. We needed something to haul trophies with, because that's what we do for a living. She does yarn art. Crochet art, my bad, crochet art. Not knitting. No, not knitting. Never knitting. And I make trophies for a living. I love these Astro vans. We found one for sale. She actually made the deal on it. We're going to use it this year to go to swap meets, car shows, because while it may not get lowered, it will get some scallops after a little bit of repaint. One thing that will probably upset everybody is the roof will be rhino lined, for lack of a better term. Probably a billet grill, some clear corners, clear tail lights. The interior is going to stay pretty much bare bones. It will get some custom panels, get a headliner, get some different seats as soon as we can find a conversion van to steal them from. Blue carpet. The panels that come off on the doors will get custom painting. We have a stereo for it. We have some other stuff for it to go in it. Like I said, we will carpet it. But this will be our everyday hauling trophies and crochet art to swap meets, car shows, and flea markets, and craft fairs. Always craft fairs. As you can see right now, we're cleaning out the trophy shop, and all this is going to the dump. Going to the dump. That's where it's going. Or Goodwill. Don't want to waste it. And we buy enough at Goodwill. It gives an excuse to go back in there. By the way, best we can tell, van's only got 105,000 miles on it. So stay tuned in between the car shows and the cruise ins and all the other stuff. We'll do some updates on this. Not the Dart, because it's up for sale. And on the 51 that we're working on, we'll do some updates. We'll also do some updates with the other car club people, our car club, the Carter County Cruisers. And at some point, we may even do a couple of small videos on how to make a car show flyer, because believe it or not, some people can't, and how we put on a car show. In the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll do you a favor and not turn this phone around, because I look like crap today, just like every other day. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. Yeah, that's a Gopher move. If you're not subscribing to him, you really need to go look up Go For Rider on YouTube here and subscribe to him too. He does a lot of Central Ohio cruises and car shows. He comes down here once in a while. We're happy to call him our friend. Until then, hope you all have a great day. Hope this tutorial helps a little bit, if that's what you want to call it. Nothing else. At least you can be entertained by watching me fumble through it. Have a great day.